Hey everybody, this is Mr. Wyrick, and I'm going to go over these notes for you real quick for February 8th, the 322 angle relationships and parallel lines. So slide number 2 talks about what are the 4 different angle relationships, and they are corresponding angles, which if you can imagine the letter F, it's the ones that would both tuck under on that one so that it would be that same angle. The consecutive interior angles, which would be in between the 2 parallel lines and on the same side of that transversal. There's alternate interior angles, which is going to be kind of the same thing. We are talking about the 2 parallel lines, and they are in between them, so they're on the interior. And on the transversal, they alternate which sides of the transversal they are on. So it's top left and bottom right, or top right and bottom left as far as the location of those, and then alternate exterior angles. So we've got the 2 parallel lines, the angles are on the outsides, either above and below or the far left and far right of those parallel lines, and again they are on alternate sides of the transversal, the line that's going across them. So corresponding angles is the first one. And it says if 2 parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then each pair of corresponding angles is congruent. And we're going to name those real quick. I had to shift this so I could look at the numbers. The corresponding angles on this image would be number 1 and number 8, number 4 and number 5, number 2 and number 7, and number 3 and number 6. So because of the way this is set up, each pair of those, 1 and 8, 4 and 5, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, the pairs would be congruent. On slide number 4, the alternate interior angle theorem. If 2 parallel lines are cut by a transversal, each pair of alternate interior angles is congruent. The alternate interior angles here would be number 4 and number 7. Again, you can see they're in between the parallel lines. They're on alternate sides of the transversal. So there's the name, alternate interior. So 4 and 7, and then 3 and 8 would be the alternate interior angles. The consecutive interior angles theorem, sometimes I call this the same side interior. If you have consecutive interior angles, these are the ones that they are not congruent. Most of the other relationships, the corresponding, the alternate interior, the alternate exterior, they are congruent. This is the one that's different. These are supplementary. They're going to add up to 180. So the ones that are going to add up to 180 are 3 and 7. They're on the same side. And 4 and 8, they're on the same side of that image. Then slide number 6, the alternate exterior angles. Remember, alternate, they are on alternating sides of the transversal. And exterior means here's the parallel lines there on the outside of that. In this case, extreme top and bottom. So angle number 1 and angle number 6 are alternate exterior angles. And angle number 2 and angle number 5 are alternate exterior angles. Then we get to slide number 7. Find the following angle measures given that the measure of angle 8 is 105, and state the postulate and theorems that you used. So for number 8 is 105 when they ask about number 1. Number 1 is a corresponding angle to number 8, so it's going to be 105. Number 2 is a little different. 8 and 4 are same side interior or consecutive interior. So they're going to add up to 180, which means 4 is going to be 75. Then 4 is a vertical angle with number 2. So number 2 is going to be 75. Those angles don't have a true relationship there. So you have to use 2 things, same side interior and then vertical, or you could say 8 and 7 are a linear pair. They add up to 180, and 2 and 7 are corresponding. Or 8 and 5 are a linear pair, and 5 and 2 are alternate exterior. So there's a lot of different ways that you can say the same thing here. And then angle number 3. If angle number 8 is 105, angle number 3 is an alternate interior angle with angle number 8. So it would also be 105. The practice problems. On that picture, if the measure of angle 1 is 100, the measure of angle 4, 1 and 3 are going to add up to 180, and 3 and 4 are alternate exterior, so it should be 80. If the measure of angle 3 is 70, the measure of angle 4 would also be 70. They're alternate exterior angles. On our practice problems, the only thing you have to worry about on the practice problems, I'm not going to walk you through these just in the interest of saving you some time. If you do work through these, the key thing to remember is, are you supposed to set them equal to one another and solve for x or solve for y? Or are you supposed to add them together and set them equal to 180? Remember that consecutive interior angles, like number 3 and number 5 in the second one, they add up to 180. So we would need to add these together and set that equal to 180 in order to solve for y. That 10th slide, just let you know your assignment is in Delta Math. A few problems there. If you have questions, you can save those for when I come back, and good luck.